everybody done had a problem with J6 before. Probably trying to get a trouble ticket, trying to find them to come down there and fix something for you. Everybody had a problem before. So to alleviate some of the troubleshooting problems that we've had, the first step of troubleshooting is start setting cables, right? Power cables, crossover cables, whatever type of cables. So how cool would it be to make your own cable? Because when they took the white line out, I had to make my own cable. And because of my knowledge and background from AIT, I was able to do it without waiting on them to come over there and get all this equipment and make the cables. So the first thing you need to do is gather all your equipment. This is a crimper to crimp the RJ45 onto the Cat5 cable. This is the Cat5 cable, the Ethernet cable. This is a cable tester. We call it a Fluke cable tester. There's many of them. And a pair of scissors. The first thing you want to do is splice the shielding on your Ethernet cable. Inside are twisted pairs. So you want to take your scissors and you want to cut around the shielding, just so you can get the blue part out of the shielding. Don't cut so deep that you end up cutting the wires like I just did. So you might have to do this a couple times. See how all of them are twisted pairs? You want to take the colors and undo them and straighten them out. Now with crossover, well, Ethernet cables, there are two kinds. There's crossover and there's straight through. The straight through Ethernet cable, it connects like devices, like two switches, two routers, two computers. Excuse me. A straight through will do the opposite. It sounds weird. It seems like you would go straight through and connect two like devices, but just remember it's always the opposite. A straight through is going to connect dislike devices like a switch and a computer, or a router and a switch. A crossover cable, meaning that the ends are switched, they're not the same colors on both sides. It's going to connect like devices, two routers, two switches. So right here we're going to make a straight through because it's pretty simple and pretty easy. Make sure you have a diagram to show you the colors. Both sides, you can make them straight through with all these colors. You can make them straight through with all these colors, but when you do a crossover, you need to make sure that you switch the ends. One end will be this way, and the second end will be this way. I always like to do the green, white first. Do exactly how the diagram says. Green, white, green, orange, white, blue, blue, white, orange, brown, white, blue, brown. So I put them all in order. And all I'm going to do now is cut straight across. Try to make it as even as possible. But when you put it into the RJ45, you can push it all the way up. When you put your RJ45 on, it connects to the computer. The RJ11 connects to the telephone. You know how it's a lot smaller. You want the tab to be facing away. So you're going to stick it in. And you want to push it all the way up. You want your cables, your wires to be short enough to where you can get the blue part inside. Because if the blue part isn't inside and you have your twisted pairs hanging out, that's easy for your cable to get damaged by yanking on it, whatever. The ones in the inside can get damaged real fast. That's why it has a twist. So next you're gonna take your crimper. You see this little hole, it looks just like the air of the RJ45. You stick that in. And you're gonna crimp. And you notice how it clicked but the handle didn't release yet? That means that it didn't go all the way down. So you're gonna keep clicking until it pops right back up. That means that it's all the way down. And you can see when I pushed it all the way up, all of my copper shields on the inside are touching the copper portion on the RJ45. So next you would take your tester, power it on. It's not gonna work unless you do that. Then you're gonna stick it inside, and it'll test for you, meaning that it works. Now on the other end, you would do the exact same thing, and then you can plug it in on this portion, and it'll tell you if your cable is good or not. So remember, with Ethernet cables, they're very easy to make. They connect this light and light devices, and they're pretty cheap.